Stop. It's ready. Now go.
Out of my way! Out of my way! Out of my way! Out of my way!
Massimo! Where are you going with that sword?
I'm taking it to Fabius, the centurion.
Since when does your father sell swords?
No, Bishop Augustine. He's not selling it. It's a gift.
Go then, but be careful. Don't cut yourself with that.
Like this.
Centurion!
Better.
My father has made another one.
I'll be sure to give it to somebody who can use it. Massimo, wait. You see that girl? With her back to us and the long brown hair. Take this to...
Lucille?
Yes, take this to her and tell her that I'm sorry for the things I said the other day.
Lucille! Lucille!
Massimo,
This is for you.
where did you get this?
Fabius the centurion. And he said that he's sorry
Okay.
for what he said to you.
You have it.
All of it?
Yes, all of it.
Again. Halt. Attack!
I was looking for you. We started packing your books onto the Pope's ships.
I have to talk to the governor first.
You're still hoping to prevent that attack?
Keeping hope alive is a bishop's duty.
Uncle, the barbarians could attack the city at any moment.
As soon as we can, we'll leave.
How many times do I have to tell you? Go! I think this must be the weakest point. Here.
Valerius, suspend the enrollment of the civilians.
It was Fabius the Centurion's initiative, not mine.
If you care about the future of the city, suspend it.
I do care. That's why I won't suspend it.
Those men are being led to a massacre.
No! They are being led to glory.
There is more glory in fighting for peace than waging war.
War made Rome great.
Not war. Virtue. The virtue of the Regulars, the Severus, the Scipios.
Exactly. So why do you Christians want to change everything?
Not change, renew. Preserve what is good and convey it to the new citizens.
Rome to the barbarians.
Barbarians is what we call those we don't know.
No, it's what we call those we know well enough to realize they'll never be like us.
And what's so special about us?
We are a wall, defending our city. On this side, there's order, security, and law. On the other side, there's chaos and lawlessness. This is a century-old wall, which mustn't be destroyed.
All walls are destroyed, sooner or later.
Not those built by Romans.
What do you want to do, Valerius? Defeat the Vandals? And present yourself as the savior of the Empire? The new consul?
Maybe I'd already be the consul if it hadn't been for you.
You cannot fault me for denouncing evil.
Evil? Is that what you call our friendship? Look at us. I'm just the governor of a small province now. And you, a simple bishop. If it weren't for you, we could have had a much greater future. Remember when we left here to go to Milan? Milan. The Emperor's See. Now your speech against Ambrose is even more urgent.
I'll lock myself in my house and not think of another thing.
I don't think that'll be possible.
Why?
I think you'll have company.
Khalida. Mother. I have just moved in, so I'll have to reorganize. I'm sure we'll manage somehow. Go on, go. Come in, hurry, hurry. Go on, come on, upstairs, upstairs. Mother, you can sleep down here, in that room. In that room. We'll be upstairs with the Deodatus. I'll show you where you can put your things. We'll have to buy you some new clothes. Beautiful ones, so you can come to court. I'm giving a speech in front of the Emperor.
I'm sorry. He's tired. He needs to sleep. I'm sorry. Take him. I'm just going to clean this mess up.
Hey, hey. Khalida, worry about that later. Worry about that later. I think it's better if you take him. If you take him. Go, upstairs.
You'll get used to your family again. You lied to me.
I felt ashamed.
Of what? Of your family?
Of myself. I'm here thanks to the Manichaeans. I feared you weren't proud of me.
Are you proud of yourself?
Of course. What more could I have hoped for?
Have you met Bishop Ambrose?
Yes. Do you know him? Thank you.
Second to Pope Siricius. He's the most listened to bishop in the world.
Why is that?
Until 10 years ago, he hadn't even been baptized. But he had already got ahead in life. At only 30 years old, he was the governor of the whole province. He was so loved that when the bishop died, the people asked him to take his place.
And he accepted?
Of course. He gave everything he had to the poor. And he gained a new life.
If you say so.
Not me. The Holy Scriptures say so.
Yes, they are holy. But when you read them, they say that God created man in his own image and likeness. Can you imagine a God that looks like me? 2 arms, 2 legs, having a shave every morning?
He certainly wouldn't talk as much as you. Have you heard yourself, Augustine? You can't even think about God without projecting yourself into the matter. Go to Khalida now. She suffered a great deal because of you.
What do you think he's dreaming about?
He needed his father.
Khalida. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I left without telling you.
You weren't obliged to tell me.
No, but I should have.
Yes. You should have. You should have. You should have. You should have. You should have.
Have two meanings. The first is that the Bible is not to be understood in the literal sense. God created man in his own image and likeness. Doesn't mean, for example, that God resembles man in the material sense. Our spiritual life, our capacity to love, our freedom, this is what makes man resemble God. But Paul's words have a second meaning as well. Think of mountain rivers. When they meet an obstacle, they become stronger. They sweep it away and precipitate even more violently. The same thing happens with our desires. When they are obstructed by laws, they become even stronger and precipitate towards evil, towards death. Even in this sense, the letter, or rather the law, kills. But God has also given us His Spirit, and the Spirit gives life. The Spirit guides our desires. It makes us love good. It makes us free.
Mother.
Augustine, what are you doing here?
I need to speak with Bishop Ambrose, and you are coming with me. Let me through. Let me through. Let me through. I need to speak to the bishop.
So do we.
I'm the orator of the court.
Yeah, sure. And I'm the King of Persia.
Augustine, please. Augustine, it's our turn.
Come, you can see the bishop now. Bishop Ambrose.
What an honor.
My mother, Monica, she really has insisted upon meeting you.
It's a pleasure to meet the new orator's mother. Are you a Catholic, my child?
Yes.
This time we outnumber you.
Are you preparing another sermon?
Oh, no. No, it's the philosopher Plotinus.
Plotinus? But he's not a Christian.
No, but he's a great philosopher. There's a lot of truth in his work. And as the Gospel says, who isn't against us is with us.
So anybody against you would be against the truth.
Who is against the truth is against himself.
So this is the reason why you gave up the governor's office.
My reasons are not as visible, nor as apparent as one may think.
They're not visible. Ah, like the spirit thing you talked about in your sermon.
It's St. Paul's scriptures that talk about it. I only gave my comments on his words.
Invisible. But giving life at the same time. You are an intelligent man, Ambrose. Don't you find it all hard to believe?
Is the love you have for your woman visible? I would argue that it isn't. Yet, you managed to create a new life from it. Something very tangible.
I see you've made inquiries about me.
Isn't it what you are doing right now?
You deserve your notoriety.
And I'm sure in your speech to the Emperor, you'll go a long way towards establishing yours.
At first glance, we all seem quite alike. One head, two arms, two legs. Of course, speaking of legs, one might prefer the graceful legs of Blaz.